Hello and welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. I always want to scoop Minnie up and show you. She's coming really close. Can I do it? It's like fishing. Here she is. Look how fluffy she is. You having a nice time up there? Doesn't feel like it, does it? Today I'm doing a November book haul. I've got 6 books here and 2 magazines, which I never include in a book haul, but they are very exciting nevertheless. All of these have been sent to me by the publisher, aside from one which David's mum has bought me, which has been very nice, so I've just thought I'd get straight on and show you them. So the first 4 are from Macmillan. The first one is one I'm very excited about. This is a proof copy of The Great Alone by Kristin Hannah. I've previously read The Nightingale by Kristin Hannah. We read it for a book club at work and I was not looking forward to it at all, and it ended up being a really, really good sort of historical fiction told from the perspective of the people who'd been left behind at war in France, I believe, which was a perspective I hadn't really heard of before. This sounds amazing. This is about a couple who uproot their young daughter to start a new life in Alaska, I think, and it's very isolated and the weather is unbearable, but the community is really close-knit and supportive. And it just says here, the tagline on it, which, I mean, I'm excited about that anyway. I like books set in cold places, isolated cold places as well, but then the tagline of this was just sold it for me, of that at once an epic story of human survival and love and a celebration of the remarkable and enduring strength of women. Up for that. So yeah, looking forward to that. I don't actually know when it's out. Oh, it's out on the 8th of February, so I might read that in January. It's quite a big guy, but and the font is quite small, so it might take me a while, but sounds like it's going to be very, very good. The next book I've got is I Love You Too Much by Alicia Drake. This is also a proof copy. It is a coming-of-age story set in Paris, all about a young girl called, it doesn't actually tell you. No, it's coming from a lad's point of view. He's a 13-year-old guy and his name's Paul, and he's shy and unloved, and he's observing the life around him. I've heard it's very good. Sort of, it was marketed to me as a literary fiction coming-of-age story, which is I'm always up for. God, look at that gorgeous light. I feel like I could bask in it. Yeah, so very, very excited about that, and also like a yellow cover, like a yellow spine that's going on with the yellow spines. The next one is very cute. The next book is one that, I'll be honest, and I always request books that I want for myself, but I knew that David would also love this, and he's actually already said that he's going to read it, and that is Alan, the Christmas Donkey, the Little Donkey Who Made a Big Difference by Tracy Garton. So this is non-fiction. David loves non-fiction stories about animals. He also loves Christmas. Do you love donkeys?
Yeah, all right.
They're all right. So I just thought this would be perfect for him. I'm also going to read it in December. I'm doing a Christmas cosy reading night. David said he's going to... Well, you said you're going to start this soon, aren't you?
Yeah.
He's going to start this soon. So yeah, and it's about a woman, Tracy, the author, as I said, it's non-fiction, who rescues a donkey, and she's not looking forward to the festive season, but Alan just brings out the festivities in her. I just feel like, I mean, it will be cute. I mean, it's not very long, and yeah, I feel like it will be cute. David will love it. David will be beside himself. So yeah, got this for David, but I will also be reading it in the month of December. The last book that Pan Mac sent me is from Bluebird Books. Very excited about this. So this is Jasmine Hemsley's cookbook, East by West. So Hemsley and Hemsley are 2 sisters who do a lot of cooking. A lot of their cooking doesn't involve meat. It's a lot of vegetarian cooking. This in particular, I've had a look through. I don't think there's any meat in here at all. And it says here that this is... I'm going to murder how this is said. Ayurvedic recipes for ultimate mind-body balance, which is something I haven't heard of before. But yeah, it looks like it's got some really good stuff in it, like pear and thyme buckwheat cake. Where was the thing I saw earlier? Oh, they look good. I don't even know what they are. Oh, tarly thyme. Oh, God, I love a tarly. Look at that. That looks delicious. So yeah, this is definitely something that I'm going to be... Oh, pizzas, lots of soups. Oh, God. That looks nice, rasta dal. Oh, so yeah, I've been a pescatarian this year, and next year I'm going vegetarian, so this will be very helpful. And I also just like this sort of embossed thing. It's just a beautiful, beautiful cookbook, very colourful and lovely, and very excited about that. The next one is also another Christmas book, and that is Mr. Dickens and His Carol by Samantha Silver. Now, they sent this to me in a lovely Christmassy package, which involved chocolate coins, which David was very excited about. This is the story of Charles Dickens and what it's fiction. And his when his latest book, Martin Chuzzlewit, is a flop, they his publishers say to him, look, you've got to write a really fucking good book for Christmas, otherwise it's over. I believe, I don't know if the film, because there's a film out at the moment, I can't think what it's called. David, do you know the film, the name of that Dickens film that's got Dan Stevens in it?
Oh, isn't it like a no, not a Christmas Story.
The Man Who Invented Christmas, is that it? It's called The Man Who Invented Christmas. It's got Dan Stevens in it playing Charles Dickens, and it sounds like it's very, 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 very similar to this. It's about his book being a flop and him writing a Christmas smash hit. David and I are both very fond of Dan Stevens. He played Cousin Matthew in Downton Abbey, and the Beast in Beauty and the Beast. And yeah, so this is all going to link in. This is also going to be a book that I read in December, and look at those lovely end papers, very festive, and just looks really nice. Nice like gold windows and nice bit of snow and things like that. It's just a nicely published book. The last book I have to show you is one that I'm sure has been on everybody's recent hauls, and that is the, God, it's so heavy, Harry Potter. This is really, it feels heavier than the other ones. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban illustrated edition. Now I own all of these. David's mum bought this for me because she's so kind and lovely, and I just think it's lovely. I've looked underneath. Now, if you don't want any spoilers, then fast forward this bit, because I know people don't always want to see, but it's purple underneath. The first one was red, the second one was orange, so I thought they were going down the sort of rainbow themed, but they turns out they're not. And I haven't had a look through the through the drawings in here, but let's have a look at one together. Oh, that's nice, look. Grim Defeat, and then there's a nice moon. This must be when Harry loses the Quidditch match, and the Grim's there. Or what he thinks is the Grim. Spoilers. But yeah, I love reading these. I reread Harry Potter every year, and the last 2 years I've started with the... I've been rereading the illustrated editions, which I will definitely do. And I actually said in my wrap-up yesterday, I feel like you get a better experience. Can there ever be a better Harry Potter experience? But I feel like when I'm reading Harry Potter, when I'm listening to an audiobook, I get a different experience, because I'm re-remembering things and I'm hearing them said in a different way, and I can imagine it in my head, where it's not like I'm imagining the film like I do when I reread the actual hardback or paperback books. And I feel like the same with here, because it gives you more gives you something, because I like, is this how I imagine the night bus? Well, turns out it actually is how I imagine the night bus, but there's different, it's just a different experience, and it's very, very enjoyable. I'm going to put this down now because it's so, so heavy. So the last two things are some magazines. The first one is a magazine that I'd never even heard of. It's called The Simple Things. This is a magazine that is focused, I'm gradually working my way through, I'm very much enjoying it, on sort of like chilling out, taking into mind the simple things, coziness and loveliness. It has a short story from the lovely Jen Campbell in the back, and Jen had said about this on Instagram, and I was like, bloody hell, I need to get my hands on that. And she said she had a spare copy, so she'd send it to me. So that's very, very nice. But I'm really enjoying it, and I feel like this is something that I may well treat myself to going forward. It is $4.99 a month. There's quite a few of these sort of like mindfulness, nice magazines with like beautiful like photography and articles, and they've got some, oh, I tell you what, they had a really nice recipe in here for, I will tell you what it is. David, it's not something David's going to be into, but I will can I find it? Oh look, this is cute as well, look. Magical Creatures, an Appreciation of the Fox. Very cute. It's like a beetroot, some sort of curry with a beetroot writer. I can't find it. I mean, I feel like I've committed to it now, and I'll have to find it. Hold on. I can't find it. I can't find it. But yeah, so I'm very, very much into this, and I feel like this is definitely something I'll be looking to get in future. If anyone else has read some of these magazines, I think there's one called Moments. I think that's Moments. I saw that in Morrison's yesterday. If anyone's got any recommendations for these type of magazines, I would be very interested in it. I don't know if it's something I'd buy every month, but certainly in like the autumnal months and things. This front cover, I just love it so much. And then the last thing I bought is something that I buy every year in November, and it always appears in my November favourites, and that is Good Housekeeping Christmas edition. So it's always got a really good Christmas gift guide. It's also got things in here like it has, they sort of test the best mince pies and the best brandy butter and the best, like all Christmas related things, and I really enjoy reading that. It also has like interviews. A lot of these, I've just read an article about interviews with real women this year who've had a sort of tough year and the things that they've done. And there was so for instance, somebody whose whose son died in the Ariana Grande bombing, and someone who worked on the ground at Grenfell and things like that. And yeah, it's just a great sort of very enjoyable magazine with lots of different bits about Christmas and articles and just niceness, and very, very enjoyable magazine. So I always enjoy having that. So those are the books that I've got in November so far. I've done this very early in November because it's my birthday at the end of November, and I often receive a few books there. So I thought maybe I would do a birthday and other things. Minnie's just laying on David's lap getting groomed, just having a lovely time. So yeah, I thought I will do a birthday book haul as well. So I thought I'd get this done early. What books have you guys been buying in November so far? Would love to hear your thoughts about maybe some sort of like cozy mindfulness magazines. And I will see you all on Friday for another BookTube video.